black veil which a tale of fear, grief, and redemption. Beginning the whispering village, long ago, in a forgotten corner of Eastern Europe, nestled between two haunted forests, there stood a village named Shrouded in Fog. Dramira was the kind of place where people whispered at night and bolted their doors. Before the moon rose, legends spoke of a woman known only as the Black Veil Witch, a tall, silent figure veiled in black lace, who appeared when grief touched a home. They said she stole the hearts of sorrowful people and trapped them in her cursed mirror, where they would live forever in a world of endless mourning, beloved and kind, until her child died in a fire set by superstitious men who blamed her for a drought. She vanished into the woods that night, never to be seen again. Her mother had died in a car crash, and they had come to live with her estranged grandmother in the old family house near the woods until the deaths began. She heard whispers in the wind, not just voices, but names. Per name. The villagers believed she had once been a healer named Velena, Middelena, a child's grief, and a stranger's smile. That's when she watches. That's when she waits. Centuries later, a 12-year-old girl named Lena arrived in Dramira with her grieving father. Lena was quiet, carrying her sadness like a second skin, until a warm hand pulled her back. Her father, his tears streamed silently as he whispered, "We carry her memory, not her ghost." The room grew cold, and a faint tapping came from inside the glass. One night she saw her reflection in the mirror, but it smiled while she did not. Her grandmother, pale with fear, told her never to look into mirrors after dark. Faces emerged in the glass, hundreds of souls trapped for centuries, and among them, Lena was drawn to the mirror. In it, she saw her mother, smiling, reaching, whispering her name. It was a trap, but grief makes you desperate. Her veil slipped, revealing a face lined not with evil, but grief. The next evening, the Black Veil Witch came. She didn't speak, but her sorrows spoke for her, not through the door. "Pie, and I will give you peace." Through the mirror, she often walked the woods, leaving flowers where the witch was last seen, not from fear. Velena, now a tall figure, cloaked in lace, her face hidden, her voice like wind through dry leaves, stood at the edge of Lena's bed. "Give me your grief," the witch whispered, without moving her lips. Lena, trembling, stepped closer. The witch paused, and, for the first time, hesitated. "End the shattering of the curse." As dawn crept through the curtains, Lena's grandmother lit a candle and began to chant an old spell, one passed down from the days when Velena was still known as a healer, not a monster. The mirror cracked. The witch let out a scream, not of anger, but of anguish, and the shadows writhed. Her child. The child reached for Velena through the glass, and the Black Veil Witch fell to her knees. Poor. The mirror shattered. The souls were freed. Velena and her child vanished in a burst of wind and ash. Together, at last, epilogue. The mirrorless house Lena grew up in Dramira, and the house stood mirrorless to this day, but from forgiveness. The villagers say, the Black Veil which never returned, But sometimes, when grief creeps into a home and silence hangs heavy, a warm breeze will pass through the window, and someone might whisper, "You are not alone."